Right. It may sound like my acquiescence, but in reality, I am going to threaten you.
Try it.
For every second I am in this chair shall be a shade of grey in which you shall watch.
Don't budge. We'll get our CSS back.
50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades Darker, 50 Shades Freed! Twilight.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
Now, I suppose you lot know why I called you here?
You're
dying
dying.
I'm
I'm
just
just
talking
talking
because
because everyone
everyone
else
else
is.
is
I
on
think it's
here.
funny.
Very good. Very good. I did not get a single word of that from any of you. Were Vaudeville alive today, you lot would be opening for Cleo the Whip Lady. As you lot may recall, I made something of a resolution this year to be a bit more considerate towards the feelings of every member of the Schlock Society. And I must admit, I feel blessed that you all have remained such passionate stalwarts in all this time past. With that in mind, it occurred to me that in order for any of us to move forward, it behooves us to cast off the burden of resentment and let's clear the air of all the slights inflicted between each other over the times past. So, with a heart filled with love and respect, I have decided to...
We're not going to have to watch the 50 Shades trilogy?
And Twilight.
Yes!
And
Yes!
Twilight.
Oh, God! Yes! 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 This is the sort of joshing and joviality I wish to see in the cinema schlock to come.
Joshing?
Yes, joshing. We are here to collect on all the injuries you lot inflicted upon me last year. Injuries, I might add, I took with grace and good humour. However, I warned you my wrath would be terrible and that I would rain down foes' Sado-Masochism for every second I remained in captivity.
Does it have to be just us?
No, of course not. By all means, let's summon the rest of the Cinema Schlock Society and tell them that they are being punished for crimes they did not commit at your insistence. And they say that I'm cold, selfish, and heartless.
You are.
You're torturing us for your own self-gratification. That is cold, selfish, and heartless.
Remind me again, what was your thoughts on a Serbian film? Oh, wait, that's right. That was only me that was handcuffed and ball gagged and forced to watch a film where a retired porn star is forced against his will to rape his 6-year-old son in a drug-fueled frenzy. Trust me. Compared to that, you lot are in for a Disney cruise by comparison. So, if you have nothing else to say, shall we begin?
6-year-old.
Take it up at Serbia. I'm washing my hands of it.
My tastes are very singular.
Enlighten me then.
Good day to you, and welcome to this session of Love and Retribution here on the Cinema Schlock Society. Ah, Twilight, you sparkling bitch. You took the world by storm, manipulating the impressionable youth into thinking that a century-old vampire would risk everything for a gawkish teenager who has an aversion to closing her mouth.
Vampire.
And what's more, that same impressionable youth were conned even more into believing that she was a prize worthy of a tug-of-war between said vampire and a never-nude werewolf. The Twilight Saga was akin to a beautiful, virulent plague that became the scourge of many insecure dude bros who were desperate to earn karma points, which they would then cash in the hopes of a hand-joe in the parking lot of a Steak and Shake. But like any virus, when it is left to spread, inevitably it mutates and becomes something far more potent. Enter E.L. James, desperate spinster and teenage fetishist, who loved the Twilight Saga so much that she felt the need to expand upon its mythos by employing sadomasochistic apparatus, to which she, in her blatant inexperience, could only imagine how it is used properly. This did not stop the fanfiction from becoming a massive success. However, facing controversy over using licensed characters, E.L. James was forced to rewrite the story into the sexy beast we know today, 50 Shades of Grey. Admit it, Stephanie Meyer, you're just jealous you didn't write it. Nevertheless, publishers released it upon the world, and it has since become a favorite of many neglected trophy wives as they hide their copies inside their war room Bibles. With the book trilogy becoming the massive success it was, Hollywood said, let's make a film and find the emotional core of a book series that, in all likelihood, was typed single-handedly. Surely the tale of a timid college student who succumbs to the outlandish tastes of an enigmatic millionaire has the poignancy to rival that of Rick and Ilsa. Am I right? Good, I'm glad you're with me on that. Now, here is our panel. You lot, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Brian Roman.
Kelly.
Brett.
Lynn.
Wait, what are you doing here?
I sleep here. I pay rent here. Do you live here?
Yes,
Do you sleep here?
naturally.
Do you pay the rent?
I said the...
Can I sit in on this one then?
Fine. Now, have any of you lot seen this film before? If so, tell us. If not, tell us.
I've seen this movie before a long time ago, though. I can't say that I remember any of it. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad, but we're going to find out.
I have not seen this movie. I did pick up the book once when I was standing in line at, I can't even remember which store, but my mother was there to get her e-reader fixed. I read one page and I put it down. There were words. There was punctuation. I'm not sure any of it was meant to go in that particular order, but it was so awful I just decided never to speak of it again until now.
I have never, ever seen this movie before. I wanted to keep that record going for some time, but there we are.
No, I haven't seen it. I never wanted to watch it. I have standards. And as for the book, the only aspect of it I've ever seen or witnessed was Gilbert Gottfried's dramatic reading of a couple passages.
Holy fuck, is this wrong? But holy hell, is it erotic?
Which may be the only way I'll ever really want to ever experience that book.
Very good. You have been very, very, very bad and must be punished. This is 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't know if I can be with him the way he needs me to.
125 anguished lamentations from many experienced dominatrices later. What? I thought you would be used to me doing stuff like this by now.
We are. We're just wondering if it's the movie that's making you do that or our lingering torture.
Your lingering torture.
Oh my god.
Huh.
I still don't remember this movie.
Well, I think if I were a scene person, then I would be insulted that this is how it's all portrayed, because as far as I've been educated, that's not how any of this works. The other thing is, this is definitely bad fan fiction. And it shows. The dialogue, the characters could have been replaced by blocks of wood. No conflict. That's why the movie was all so boring.
Never. I think I'm pretty safe in saying this. Never. Since Showgirls has so much sex been so boring.
I need a cold shower, just because maybe then I'll freeze to death and I will never have to think about this movie again.
How do they get spanking wrong? As far as pornography that gears towards the demographic of belly button kissing, I'd say it works out quite well.
Yeah.
But as far as
And tell me
anything
why
else,
so did it better.
I don't know, he was the king of belly button sex. No, but this movie, yeah, they should have not advertised it as an S&M film. Just plain old belly button sex.
Mm. There's just so much bad, and it's all just kind of tied together. You can't really pick out one thing.
Very good. 1 film down, 7 more to go.
What?
Yes, 2 more 50 Shades and 5 more Twilight films.
Said only one Twilight movie.
I said Twilight, which, lo and behold, Twilight appears in the titles of all the films. So, spit spot, let's move on to the next one.
The next one, we didn't sign on for a binge.
I didn't sign on for having my yarbles attached to a car battery.
We're out.
Hello, police. I was kidnapped and tortured for 3 months, and all the incriminating footage is on Narcotic Casserole. Like, share, subscribe, click, and thou shalt be served.
So much for trying to be a nicer person.
All right. We don't have to binge them. I suppose my brand of sadism can be somewhat addictive, and it is easy to fall back into old habits and just clear off. See you at the next session.
Look, you're right. We brought this on ourselves. There were better ways to voice our dissatisfaction. And in hindsight, we do owe you.
And your balls.
Yeah, why did you do that?
We left her alone for like 5 minutes.
That's what you do in kidnappings, isn't it?
I'll tell you what. It's Valentine's Day. It's a bullshit holiday full of torture, resentment, superficiality, and high suicide rates. How about we try to make it something special and a bit of fun, and let's make this an annual thing. And on that note, I'm the founder, this is the Cinema Schlock Society, and this may very well be the start of a brilliant year.
So, what was he like?
Mr. Gray will see you now. He was really smart, very intense.
Mum, like you wouldn't believe, that woman is barking, literally. And figuratively, and a lot more than usual, actually. Why? I don't know. Something has very clearly set her off, and frankly, that is not the atmosphere to which I am desiring to live in at the present moment. Fine, but you'd better pull your weight with the channel. I can live with that. What about the rent? Oh, pshaw, don't worry about the rent. You're golden. What?